Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. The India Under 19 team in its history has unearthed some incredible talents from the domestic circuit, and the team has had a phenomenal run in India in Under 19 World Cup tournaments. On Sunday, we will witness the India Under 19 team take on Australia Under 19 in the much awaited final. I am Gargi Raut, your host, and joining me today for this show are G. Rajaraman, Bharat Ramraj, and Shubhayan Chakrabarti. Over to you, Raja. First, we've seen incredible success from the India Under 19 team throughout the years. What do you think is the reason for this success? Is it the domestic circuit to credit?
I think the well-defined structure in India, especially with age group cricket, is a huge reason. Whether it's under 15, I remember when I was young, there used to be an under 12 tournament as well in the south, and all the Ranji Trophy teams had their under 12 side as well. So under 15, under 17, and under 19, beautiful structure we've got. They get to play plenty of matches, so they are kind of refined and ready for international cricket because of the rigors of domestic circuit. They get to play a lot of matches, and that kind of gives them the edge. My own feeling is that the best of the teenage talent is quite unearthed quite early in India, and because of the coaching structure and the support system that they get from the respective state association, they're all ready for international competition, and that's probably the reason why India has produced a string of good results in under 19. Also, Gargi, a lot of people don't speak about it, but sometimes you believe that most cricketers, most teams have got this age issue. So we don't know how serious it is, but we cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that some of them could be overaged.
It also has to do with the general population of India and how many people there are, playing the game. But Shubha, and the India Under 9 team has not only played the most number of matches, but in Under 19 World Cup, but also has won the most number of matches. Who do you credit this sort of success? Again, the same similar question.
I think again, it has to be an all-round success. It just can't be the players who are playing or the coaching staff who is there. Like for example, Saharan, our captain of India in this Under 19 World Cup, he was part of the previous Under 19 World Cup squad as well, but as a reserve. He got to understand the dynamics of the tournament, how the pressure moments, how to understand the pressure moments as well, just by observing the other players, the main players who were playing. So. He has come through that grind of watching others heartbreak, success, joyous moments, staying together, and that's why he's understanding this tournament so well this time around. You can look at his scores as well. But again, we have to credit the BCCI, as Raja said, for the age group, a fantastic age group structure that we have in across states, not only just one or two states, but across states. Yes, under 14 is the first step towards that higher age group cricket pedestal, but starting from under 7 under 9s, when you play club cricket, there are clubs where you have under 7 teams, under 9 and 9 teams, where the little kids, they start to understand the value of team sports, and that is where the fundamentals start to build. But ultimately, if you have to talk about this particular tournament, then I think all the players, not only one or two players, but all the players have somehow put their hands up in crucial moments and helped India win some close games as well.
And Bharat, when India takes on Australia on Sunday, just a second. Okay. When
Yes.
Australia takes on Sunday, what do you expect? Sorry, India takes on Australia on Sunday. What do you expect from the team, considering that in the last match against South Africa, India sort of stumbled to a win?
It's the Australian pace attack as well. They have a good pace attack, and they expect some movement up front in South Africa. They have bowlers like Staker, who was getting a lot of movement in the semi-final as well. So the Indian top order can come under the scrutiny, but India have enough batters down the order. Actually, if you actually notice, I think a couple of teams before this in 2017, 18, the other one more team in 2020, 21. I think they were slightly stronger teams than this one, but that tells something about the structure of Indian cricket, that one of the not so stronger under 19 teams from India. They have also made it to the final and they look like they can win it. I think India can do this against Australia. Whatever I've seen of the Australian team, they have a good side. There are players like Peak, that striker, the Dixon plays like David Warner. Then there is one more Vibe Ken. I think there are some decent players, but looking at how they played against Pakistan, India can win this, I think.
And Raja, when you look at the top five run getters of the tournament, Uday Saharan is at the top with 389 runs in 6 matches. How impressive has he been?
Oh, it's been good, but I think the real match that he played was the semi-final. The real big knock that he played was the semi-final. Some of the teams that you played against in the preliminary round are not the strongest, especially with their cricket legacy. So I guess the one knock that counted was what he played in the semi-final, and I don't think anybody who watched that game would have been left unimpressed by what he did. He had a very calm head on his shoulders, knew what he had to do, and saw that his partner was scoring at a fast clip. So, and he settled down. And when his partner left, he knew that he had to step up. I think that was great leadership. That's an example of how well you should pace your innings. And for someone who's 18, 19, to be so mature, I think it is remarkable. And that comes from an acute sense of awareness of the game situation. And the captain was not just a captain, he was a leader that day. I think that one knock will probably define him. We all remember Virat Kohli and Unmukh Chand for the centuries that they scored in the final. But this one, Saharan, I think we will remember him for the knock in the semi-final against the home side. Tremendous pressure that India was at 34 for 4, and from there to produce that great escape. Incredible effort from the captain.
And Shobhan, Uday has an extra bit of responsibility on his shoulders with the captaincy, but he's still doing well with the bat. Talk about the way that he's handling both of those things.
Yeah, I think he has just one flaw that will come into play when he plays senior level cricket is his strike rate. Because right now every team wants someone who can play with good intent. Intent is the word that gets thrown around. But his strike rate, he generally likes to start very slow, 70, 80 strike rate. But if he has to really make it count in the senior age group cricket, the senior level cricket, then I think he will have to up the ante there. But otherwise, it looks like a real solid player. Sachin Das is another player who has really impressed me in this from this batch. Of course, Mushir and Arshin have been the most talked about players. They are really talented bunch of cricketers. But Sachin Das, the way he has carried his attacking game at number 6, at number 5, whenever he comes to bat with 10 overs, 12 overs left, he has left me hugely impressed. And we will see a lot more of Sachin Das in the future. And even the vice captain Soumi Kumar Pandey, left arm spinner, he has been tipped as the new Ravindra Jadeja in the block, the new Jadeja kid in the block. So this batch is talented, but there's a lot of grooming that needs to be done when these guys now after this under 19 World Cup will perhaps play the under 23, under 25. Maybe some of them like Uday Saran, the way he plays, he will get a call up at Ranji Trophy, especially from the state he comes in. So these guys will, a couple of guys will get a straight away call up for Ranji Trophy for the next season. But a lot of other players like an Arshin needs a little bit of grooming, a lot of grooming rather, and the IPL exposure will help Arshin. For Mushir, he will go back to Mumbai circuit, which itself is a educational institute, I would say. But yes, there is talent, but a lot of grooming needs to be done. But as you said, Uday Saharan, Sachin Das, Mushir Khan, another, I think he's the second top scorer from the Indian team. They have been really impressive in this tournament.
And Bharat, going to Pandey, in the top five wicket takers, he's at number 3 with 17 wickets. In 6 matches with an average of 8.47. What do you say about his bowling?
Yeah, as I said, it's already been told by my colleague that there's already a bit of talk that is a bit like Ravindra Jadeja. I think he's somewhat similar to Jadeja in the sense that he uses his strong shoulders, very simple action, and keeps it very simple, stump to stump line, a little bit of side spin. If it gets, he will get a wicket. So he keeps it simple. Obviously, Jadeja is a great player, but I think there's some similarities. That is his greatest strength. He just keeps it simple and picks up wickets. So yeah, I expect him to do well in the final as well. Looking at how Australia played Pakistani spinners, I think he will win the game.
Yes, and whether or not India lifts the World Cup, we'll find out on Sunday. But in the meanwhile, here's Debashish Sen talking to Srivats Goswami, who was a part of the India under 19 squad back in 2008. He sends his well wishes to the current team. Take a look at the interview. Have a good day and stay tuned to Rev Sports.
Hi, this is me, Debashis for Red Sports, and India under 19 boys are just a match away from winning their 6th under 19 World Cup. They will be facing Australia in the final in South Africa, and with me to talk more about it is someone who has been a part of under 19 World Cup winning team. I am with none other than Srivats Goswami. Srivats, welcome to Red Sports. I'll just like to ask you, how was the camaraderie in that team 2008? So many players went on to make it in big stage. Be it a Virat Kohli, which we all know is a star player, Ravindra Jadeja, Saurabh Tiwari, Manish Pandey, Siddharth Kaul, you yourself. Can you just talk us about the camaraderie, the bond that you had in that team?
Very good. In fact, I can say we still have an under 19 WhatsApp group on our phone, and we share memes, jokes, and if somebody does well, for example Virat or Jadeja, if they do well, we send in our wishes, congrats, and they reply back also. Whatever funny things back in the day, the photos which we had back in the day, we share and we laugh about it. And the best thing about that group was we actually were good friends, and some of them are still very good friends, most of them. Like we still talk over the call, we meet, we discuss things. So that generation was also completely different. We didn't have phones that time. So only way you can talk to each other was to get together by the swimming pool side or go to people's room, players' room and talk. Nowadays people don't go to other teammates' room and spend so much time as we used to do back in the days. So the friendship is still intact.
And talking about friendship, was it about more pressure during those days? Because there were no, as you said, there were no such strong social media. There were no smartphones. Obviously, talking about the pressure. Obviously, what was the pressure when you played in that final against South Africa? Obviously, you had a great win against New Zealand, which had some big names like Trent Bolt, Tim Southee, Kane Williamson, and likes. But talking about that final, a big final, how did you handle the pressure?
So there was pressure, of course. Whenever you play any tournament, there will be pressure. But we did not have a lot of pressure, because prior to that World Cup, I think we toured to South Africa, to Sri Lanka, and to one more place, and we did not lose a single game. We were a very confident side. We were not overconfident, but we were very confident that we will win that World Cup. Nobody can beat us, because in the last 3-4 tours, from the practice game to the main game to the practice game in the World Cup as well, we did not lose a single game for at least 2 years with the same team. So we went to the World Cup thinking we are going to win it. The pressure was, I'll be honest with you, the pressure was the first time we were in the TV. So that's the pressure. How are we looking?
Yes, and that reception you got when the team arrived in Mumbai.
How is our batting looking in the TV? Not how we are looking. Like, will people like our batting? Will people like my keeping? Or will people like our body language? That was the pressure that every time the match used to get over, we would go to a local shop, call our parents. No mobile phone. Call our parents, say how we are doing. Because that time I think there was still international call, extra charges, no WhatsApp call or anything. So we would go to a local cafe or cyber cafe back in the day, and we would call our parents and check how is it. They say, oh, looking very good, this shot was good, that shot was good. Right. That was the feedback. Nowadays, you play, you straight away on Instagram, Twitter, you know what you did.
Exactly.
So that was a huge difference back in the day.
Yeah. Obviously, talking about someone like a Virat Kohli, how did he captain the side? Obviously, he went on to be if not the greatest player in modern era. Means obviously, to see him how he led the team, how he jailed the team as a cohesive unit, means the camaraderie that you had within the team. Can you just talk us about it? Means that.
See, two things I'll tell about Virat's captaincy back in the day, which is still there. One is his animation. He's very animated on the field. Number two is aggressive. It was always there to be seen whenever a wicket went down. I remember South Africa final was a halted final. There was rain and then we stopped, and then somebody during the rain game, I think South Africa's wicketkeeper did a small interview with Alan Wilkins, and he said something that they are going to win this game. That fired us up. Okay. And then as soon as we went inside and he was batting, we didn't leave him at all. We made sure Virat, wicketkeeper, me, everybody, we came and said something to him to put extra pressure. So he was always very aggressive, very animated, which he still is right now. And our friendship goes back through the NCA days. It's not only the World Cup. We did a couple of tours before that together. We were roommates during NCA. So it was always fun, and those times were different. Like I said, we used to talk to each other more instead of spending time on the phone. If you're going out for lunch, not ordering food on Zomatos. There were no Zomato, Swiggy. So what to do if you want to eat out? We go out to MG Street in Bangalore. Go sit somewhere. Wherever is cheaper, DA was not so much. So wherever is cheaper, go and eat.